Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Well, today I'm going to put my string line up. I'm going to straighten this wall, straighten that wall over there, straighten this wall, and measure out for my beam at the end of this wall. Then I can put my top plates on everywhere that needs them, make sure everything's well braced, and hopefully get to starting my rafters. So I'm going to get things set up, so I'll be back in a few minutes. Howdy guys, welcome to the cave. I'm Mark, and you're watching Blue Street Customs. Okay, so let me show you what I'm doing here. So I put a nail in the end of the wall, okay, attached the string to it. I ran the string all the way down to the other corner. Now you can see how far out the wall is. So the whole point of this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take one of these sticks. They're exactly the same width. I'm going to take it, put it behind the string here. Okay, so it gives me a certain distance here. Just like that. Now I'm going to run down to the other corner. Do the same thing with another stick. Okay, put this one down at the other corner the same way. And then I've got this third one that I'm going to go along the wall with. And between the wall and the string, I'm going to either push the wall out or push the wall in until the string is just barely touching this. Then I know my wall is straight. So, obviously I can't go up and down ladders while holding the phone. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go put the stick in the other side, take this brace and loosen it off of the floor so that I can start to push the wall out. Okay guys, I've had another brace right here, way down there. And I've straightened that one out, which now, if you look at my line and my wall, I'm good all the way across. So if I take my stick, I'm just on the inside. Same as the two sticks on either end. So now, I got that done. I can put this top plate in. I've got this cut already. Now, as you can see, I got this wall going this way. And I got this wall here going along, right? You got a top plate and a top plate with a notch. And I've done most of this top plate already. I just needed to fix this area here. So now I can stick this top plate in. Now see how it overlaps? Yes, my cut is off a little bit, but that's okay. But you see how it overlaps? This wall is now attached to this wall, right? So I'm going to nail this in, take my string down, and go measure the beam on that end and finish that up. Then I can finish the top plate there and across that wall. I got to notch the top plate on that side. And then I can string that wall, straighten that one out, and string that wall, and straighten that one out. Once that's done, I can start my gable end and my rafters. Hey guys, well, the beam is up, it's built. I used a 4x4 to make a post. Underneath, it's nailed to the house, nailed to the wall, both the post and the beam. Then on top of this post that I built, on this wall, it's all nailed together. Now, because of the way this is junctioned up top here, where this wall meets the beam and this wall meets this wall, normally you would run this top plate over top and then bring this one in and then bring this one in. But that still makes a weak spot on this joint right here. because of where the three pieces meet. So what I did is I took some hurricane straps and nailed them across. This one, I took just an angled steel piece, flattened it out, nailed it to the top of this one and to the beam, and then from over top of it I put another strap. That's going to be lots of strength. Now I can take the top plate for this one and run it across like so. So this wall and this wall are already tied together with the steel, but it's going to be even tied together more with this top plate. Then I'll finish running this one up against it, nail this top plate to this top plate, and of course to the top of the wall, and then same thing on this side, nail to the top of the beam, nail the top plate to this top plate, and then because I'm just a little bit higher than the roof, I can run this top plate over top and tie into the roof, so now that this wall and beam will be tied into the house as well. So I'm going to get these top plates done, and I think I figured out how I'm going to build that gable end, because if you remember, that is basically a 9-foot wall. The floor joisting is pretty much 12-inch thick, and it's 4 feet off the ground. That's 14 feet. Now, I also have to put up a ridge board, which is another 8'6" high off of the top of that wall. Now, I don't have an extension ladder high enough or long enough to go from the ground to the peak for nailing, nor putting up sheets of sheeting. So I think I figured out a way, and you're just going to have to stay tuned to see what I do. So at this point would be a good time for you to hit subscribe and hit that bell icon, because I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss these episodes. So I'll be back in a few. Okay guys, I'm back at it again. For the last 3 days it's been thunder showers, so I haven't been able to get much done in between the showers when the sun kind of breaks out for a little bit, but still humid as hell. I got some stuff cut up. Now I've got all my pieces here for my gable wall, and I put up a temporary floor using the rafters and some sheeting, so I can build the gable wall laying down and then stand it up. It's going to be much safer that way. Not to mention I don't have a ladder tall enough that if I were to build it standing in place, it would be roughly 22 feet to the peak to the ground, because the floor itself is about 4.5 feet off the ground. The walls are 8 feet, and the peak is going to be another 8'6" off the top of the wall, give or take. So to do it safely, I put this up, and as you can tell, the sun's going down, so it's going to get dark out. I'll probably do some work with a floodlight. Probably won't record that because it'll be too hard, too dark. But I'm going to start throwing all my pieces up there and start framing up the gable wall. Then I can throw sheeting up there to sheet it and trim it to size, and then hopefully find somebody to help me stand it up in place. So it won't be long that I'll be doing the rafters, although it's supposed to rain tonight, so who knows. When it's not raining, it's 29, UV of 13 today, and a humidex of about 63. So it was hot and very muggy today. So I will update you either later or in the morning if it's not raining. Okay guys, it's been a long, hot fucking day. And working by yourself, you get tired out. When it's this hot and this humid, make sure you do things safe. Go down lots off of high spaces. Make sure you drink lots of water. Cool yourself down so that you don't end up passing out from heat or something like that. But either way, I got the gable wall sheeted. And I got it stood all by myself. Now it's another 8'6", like I said, from the top of the wall to the peak. So from the floor, you're looking at 16, so just about 17 feet to the peak. But it's up, it's standing. I've got it braced in 3 spots. And somehow, miraculously, with this first brace coming from the wall, I was just putting it up to make sure that the wind doesn't push it over and it doesn't fall outwards. But somehow, the damn wall is plumb. So whatever, all the better for me. Didn't have to undo it and take the chance of it falling down. It was already plumb. So I just made sure that that end was plumb and that end was plumb. Everything's good to go. So now I can clean up here tomorrow and start figuring out putting up my rafters. Somehow I'm going to put a ladder up here unsafely. Don't do it. Don't be an idiot like me. But I got to put a ladder up here so that I can put my ridge board up. And of course that's going to run all across this here, like I said, and it's going to end up on top of that roof. I'm going to put a slope on this side here, like my dad suggested, just so that the gable doesn't look so big and it brings my roof back a bit. And of course it's going to be, I think they call that a hip roof, I think it is, or a cottage roof, something like that. Anyways, it's going to come from his peak all the way up to mine at a certain point. And then of course over here it's going to, you know, slope this way with the rest of the roof, because I got to make sure I stay past that vent. But either way, it's up. So until later, I'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. Well, we got one rafter started. So I'm going to continue on here. Now I started off 2 feet from the outside of the wall. 2 foot to this one. I've got a foot overhang. Doesn't look like a foot, but it is. And then every one from this one on is going to be 16 inches. Now I had a hell of a time putting up that post and ridge board by myself. It was definitely very sketchy. And you got to remember, I'm on a 6-foot ladder. Actually not even, that's a 5-foot ladder. On top of a makeshift floor, which is just sheeting and some rafters that I'm standing on. And all of this is 9 feet above the floor. And of course, you're 13 feet above the ground at this point. But up there, that's another 8'6". So remember that. So that's pretty high up, but I'm doing it as safely as I can. I got posts underneath these rafters so they don't sag in the center. I put up a couple rafters from the top of the wall right down to the bottom of the wall, and they're all nailed in. Then I took a brace because I don't have any wood long enough. I took a brace to go from there to here, leveled that, make sure that it doesn't sway back and forth when I'm putting my rafters up. So you do what you got to do to make everything work. So I'm going to continue on here. I'm going to take off that brace because it is actually in the way. I had to take that one off. It's in the way of putting the rafters up, so I'm just going to work my way across. One on one side, one on the other side. Work my way back and forth all the way across. So of course as I go, I still got to finish this top plate. I'll put that one on and that one on. And then once I get to a certain point, I will put up another post and another piece of ridge board and just continue on. I'm going to nail the tops first. Then I'm going to come down, put a string line on my wall, make sure it's straight, and then nail the rafters down on top where they need to be. So I'll see you in a little bit. Hey guys, so after working yesterday and being 28 degrees and very humid, I finally shut it down, did some other stuff around the house. Today it's only 1:30 in the afternoon and it's already 28 degrees and it's supposed to be a lot warmer yet today. So I've got 2 rafters up already on each side. I brought some more in here, 3 more on each side to try and lift them up. But it poured like crazy last night, so these things are really heavy again. One of these days they're going to dry out properly, but most likely after I've got them all up. Because if they were dry, they'd be a lot lighter. But hey, so I've got to move my floor. I got to start moving it this way a bit towards me so that I've got enough safe working area to put more rafters up. But I'm going to leave this one here. That'll be in your next video. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I've noticed a few subscribers come and a few subscribers go. So let's try and get people to come in and stay in. I know my videos haven't been the best lately, and I haven't been posting a lot of crafts. But this is part of why I haven't been posting. Because I've been working on this, and I've been working on a car for the wife. A bunch of other little things. My videos will get back to normal. Now, if the weather and the temperature would cooperate a little bit, things could go a little quicker. But I'm getting there. So be patient. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification so you can get notified for when I post videos. Make sure to check out my Instagram. I post a bunch of stuff there. Check out my Facebook. I try to do as much as I can on there. I do tend to forget about it, but I'm getting better at it. So until the next video, later.